This is a car, and this is a West Coast Customs car. What started out as a one-man shop has grown into a worldwide empire. No matter how big we get, it's still all about the cars. We have the most skilled technicians and creative ideas. At West Coast Customs, we build the cars that people only dream about. I'm Ryan Friedlinghouse, and I'm inviting you inside West Coast Customs.
So we just got a call for a new build from a company called Trade Group, which is actually working with another company called Red 5 Studios to release this new game that they're coming out with called FIREFALL. Now, it's a multiplayer online video game. It's probably gonna have crazy graphics. It's gonna have, you know, vehicles from outer space, and they're gonna wanna replicate one of those. So keep my fingers crossed that they don't drop some crazy bomb on us, and we'll be able to get this thing done. So the guys are on their way over right now. Me and Alex are gonna go downstairs, meet with them, and figure out what this build's all about.
We're here with FIREFALL and Trade Group. Can we see Ryan and Alex?
Red 5 was founded to create social games for online play. We really set out with one goal to mind, was to bring a first-person shooter to the gamer in a way that they'd never seen before.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
How's the whole crew?
Scott.
Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I know you guys have been talking to Alex a lot on the phone, but it's good to really have you guys here in the shop, kind of give you a quick tour, show you what we do, and then we'll sit down and go over this build.
Sounds great.
Good? All right. Let's do it.
The Trade Group and Red 5 have been working together to take their concepts into reality. And when they came to us with this concept, there was only one company that we could think could even come close to doing it on the level that they expect. And that's where the whole involvement of West Coast Customs came from.
So I think our first question is kind of tell us a little bit about the game, I think, you know, just so we can kind of understand what this is.
FIREFALL is Red 5 Studios' first project. It's our first game. We've been working on it for 5-6 years. It's a free-to-play, online, team-based action shooter. Big part of the game is really bringing together people. Our whole philosophy is let's make the game accessible, so we're giving it away for free.
And, you know, that's why we're really here today, is because one of the things about this game is people need to see it. And so in order to make it available for them to play, we wanted to build something very special in order for that to happen. The mobile gaming unit really came about as a tool for us to bring FIREFALL directly to the gamers. Build the mobile gaming unit, bring it to you, let you play it, you tell us directly what you think about FIREFALL.
I know we've been talking, and I know it's a bus, but I really kind of want to understand what you guys want this thing to look like and what we want it to do. I mean,
from our perspective, it's not a bus. It's a mobile gaming unit.
Okay.
MGU, and this is going to be
MGU.
the state-of-the-art MGU that will travel everywhere. It will go to conferences and trade shows.
So James and Scott from Red 5 are here, and Nishu and Mike are here from the Trade Group. And they actually brought some renderings and the style guide from the video game to really give us a good idea of what this bus is going to look like.
We want it to look like it's straight out of FIREFALL, the game, that takes some simplistic shapes and colors, but also puts it into a very sci-fi style world with some really cool advanced technology.
The Trade Group has actually found a bus for FIREFALL.
Okay.
And I brought you some pictures.
Cool.
We purposely selected a shell specifically so that you'd have a clean slate, and we know we are operating on a reduced timetable, so we wanted to give you something fresh.
So this is honestly probably a great canvas for us to start with. I mean, usually when we start these, they're RVs or they're buses, you know, like fully equipped with everything on the inside. We got to take it all apart before you can even start. So if we get something like this, I think it'll be a lot easier.
So when does this bus arrive?
It's funny that you mentioned that.
These guys don't mess around. Wow. Where are we working on this again?
I think we might have to work on it in the back lot.
I don't think I've ever even seen one in this stage except after we got it.
We're going to be taking this this mobile gaming unit all over the country, everywhere we can possibly take it.
We hope to fit 5 workstations in each of the sliders to give us 20 total game stations.
Okay.
And so this would be kind of the appearance that you see whenever you step on the bus.
This build is huge. I mean, it's gonna be one of the biggest builds we've ever done in this company. It's literally an arcade on wheels. And the bad news is it has to be done in a couple months so we can unveil it at the Anime Expo in LA.
Okay, this is crazy. Let's go outside before I have a heart attack. I guess for us, the next steps will be we'll get with our artists upstairs and we'll have you guys work with him directly and make sure we're, you know, what we can and can't do.
In the end, this bus should be a support product for the game to actually introduce people to FIREFALL, to actually let them experience the game, and to get the word out.
We wanted to be absolutely confident and comfortable that whoever we went with to build such an incredibly challenging project could handle it with no problem. And we knew that West Coast Customs had it in the bag.
Thank you guys again. This is good. This is a great challenge. I'm excited.
Teaming up with West Coast Customs really gives us, you know, a great opportunity to work with a company that we feel embodies kind of our share for commitment and quality and really kind of pushing the envelope to give something back to people that they've never seen before and they'll really appreciate for a long time to come.
You can have 2 things. 1, an apology for not being able to give you more time. And 2, you probably need to start immediately.
So, Alex.
Yeah.
Since you can go break the news to Kenny.
No, I'm going to lunch.
Strap on your jetpacks because we're heading to the future on this build. We're gonna start with a Prevost tour bus. Then we're gonna add 3 pop-out slides for maximum room. To create the space-age exterior, we're gonna shape and attach EPS foam, making sure all the doors and pop-outs work. Then we're gonna hard-coat everything and paint it to give it that battle-tested look. But the interior is where all the magic happens. First, we're gonna make 20 custom game consoles and seats. Each console will house an AMD computer and Razer peripherals for the ultimate gaming experience. 2 42-inch TVs and a PA system will be in the middle of the bus so the ringleader can run the show. In the back will be the brains, a C micro server that'll keep the gamers playing. We'll Linex the floor in a custom 2-tone gray and set the mood with Oracle lighting, including pressure-plated lights in the seats so everyone knows who's playing the game. When we're done, this bus will look like it's straight out of FIREFALL.
It's not saleable.
Yeah. Keep it, yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, this is for you. I'll see you later.
So that's the new project that's coming in. Okay.
What the heck is this? What the?
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. It's a big job. We need some help on it.
We're looking at 14-foot slide-out areas.
Here at Storyland, we do a lot of 3D elements.
Wow. So we got a call from the trade group in Red 5 Studios, and they're about to release a video game that's really, really over the top. They want to build a vehicle for it that really relates to the game. One of the biggest things we got to do first is do these slide outs so we can actually lay out the internals of what this bus is going to look like. So we're going to send it off to Pennsylvania to a company that really specializes in doing the slide outs.
How are you doing? Nice to meet you, Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Buses 101 is a company that started almost 50 years ago. We've been in business about 47 years now. We specialize in doing chassis alterations. What we are doing is adding the slide-out modules. So when you stop, you push a button, the bus double wides out. West Coast Customs is designing some spectacular parts that go on the outside of the coach. What we're doing is preparing the coach to receive these parts.
We're looking at 14-foot slide-out areas. Here's our next cut. Everything's trussed in right now. This one's already framed out. The plan is to mimic the existing slide that was here. Again, another 14-footer will go right here.
Looks good, man.
Yeah,
looks good.
Yeah, structure-wise, we look real nice. And again, height-wise, this slide-out's going to be very nice.
So while Alex is out in Pennsylvania getting the slide outs done, me and Kenny are going to go down to a company called Storyland, see if these guys can help us out on this build.
What's going on?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey,
How you doing?
Here at Storyland, we do a lot of 3D elements. Anything that is out of the ordinary, extra large, we cater to that.
So we're gonna start with the Prevost bus. They actually sent the bus out to Pennsylvania right now to get the slide outs done. So it's gonna have 4 slide outs, and in each slide out, we're gonna do these game stations. There's gonna be 5 in each one. There's a lot of detail, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we can help with a lot of it. We just really need help with building the exterior panels.
Okay.
And then maybe the game stations.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I mean, the game stations looks like it's a very good piece for us to mold and make multiples out of there.
I think these guys are up to the task. I mean, it's a big job. We need some help on it. See if they can start building some of the seats, the game stations right now while we're waiting for the bus.
I think it's a perfect integration. I mean, they're really going to take the broad part of the bus, which is the big exterior part, really do the CNC foaming. You know, they got the polyester, the whole entire part, you know, coat it, and then we can get it back to our area and do the surfacing and a lot of the paint work.
I honestly think it's very, very doable. So,
okay.
One piece at a time. That's how you have to handle it. All right, guys, this is our shop.
Wow.
We're in a 30,000 square foot facility with 1 acre of space in the back to store all kinds of goodies, including a bus if we need to.
Nice.
And we do some lighting, so that'll come in handy for the signage and all that stuff. So we're kind of used to doing that kind of stuff. We got CNC router tables here, all are capable of doing 3D. This right here is a hot wire machine. So basically we start off with a simple shape there out of a block. And then what we'll do, we'll transfer that over to our CNC machine and then cut from there. It just speeds up the process.
Right.
And right over here is a wood shop and metal shop. And here's our fiberglass mold shop area. Basically make our molds, fiberglass parts. The bus is a little bit of a challenge for us. It is a moving vehicle, but I think with West Coast Customs help, we'll be able to tackle that just fine. We do everything in-house from fiberglass to mold making to painting, and also even acrylic and lighting.
That's cool. I like the way it's laid out. Everything's here. It's basically set up like what we have at our shop, where everything has its own area and we can control the project, start to finish. But obviously, on a project like this, we need a little help.
So the next step is really to get the data over to Storyland. For us to get the wiring and all the bracing done, get the bus over here, and start machining.
We'll go back, we'll get everything together, and then we'll hopefully get the bus over here real soon.
Perfect.
Get this project started.
Sounds good.
Hopefully, with some backup from Storyland, we'll be able to knock this thing out of the park.
The bus is back from Pennsylvania. Slide outs work perfect. Nigel's gonna get in there, start all the fabrication. I'm gonna get Pete in there to start all the wiring, since it's got a ton of wiring, from the server to 20 game stations, lighting, everything else that's going in it. So I wanna make sure the wiring's done before we move on to the next part.
The only thing that was in here was an electric control for the bus, which actually has to be moved because we want to kind of automate things. We want to be able to have all 4 slides kind of pop out all at once. We ran AC for all the stations. We ran 2 Cat 5s, 1 for each station, and 1 coax for each station for the user experience camera. Here you can see the amount of cable that we actually used on the project there. There's literally about 85 feet of cable, so it's 850 feet approximately per slide. So I think we'll round out over a mile of cable when we're done. I'm hoping.
We got the files from West Coast. Harmony's our designer, and she's gonna make sure that everything's sized correctly, make sure the doors are gonna be clear where they need to be cleared. And after she's done with all that design work, it goes over to our CNC department, and where Justin is gonna start getting everything and dissect it once again for our machines to be able to handle all the parts.
This is our final chair, the final design that we have come up with that will work. We've tested it for different heights, making sure it will fit. Another issue is when the RV is parked and when it is ready for play position, they have to slide out. So we're gonna have to make the seat where it's adjustable and can pull out so that they can get in and out. There will be 25 of these seats, and they will each go into a section of 5.
For the chair, for instance, we are making the actual chair, physical chair, the exact dimensions that it's going to be. They can break it apart and make a master mold off of it that can be repeatedly made. The podium here is going to be a one-time piece that's got to be a lot stronger. So we're making a reverse actual indentation a little bit smaller so they can lay fiberglass into it. It will come out as the piece. I have a lot of pieces to cut, that's for sure.
The seat's been CNC'd. It's gonna get sprayed hard-coated right now, which will put a plastic over the foam, basically. So we have a hard surface to sand on. After it gets sanded, it's gonna go into mold, where we'll create a mold basically to create the 20 parts that we need for the project.
When it comes to video game, cars, vehicles, whatever it is, they're always over the top, they're always crazy, so it really pushes us, to that next level. And really, when we pull the cover off this at the reveal, I think people are gonna go crazy. Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs.
So the bus is all wired. It's time to get off to Storyline Studios, get this thing built.
This is a very overwhelming project. We're building a mobile gaming unit for the video game FIREFALL. It started with the Prevost bus that we put a bunch of slide outs in. We got the fabrication done, we got all the wiring done. We're working with Storyland on the 3D renderings from the design to actually building out and CNCing some of the parts for us. So we really need to get the bus down there so they can start fitting some of the parts and then send our team down there to actually work on it at their facility while they're doing that.
So the bus is all wired. It's time to get off to Storyline Studios, get this thing built.
Kenny just brought the bus in, and now we get to start modifying the exterior.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
How's it going? What's up?
Hello. We can measure the pop-outs now, and we can determine how far out we can theme the outside of the bus. We're going to work with all the components such as ventilation, making sure the bus can still function as a vehicle.
Let's go inside and take a look at the inside. Okay. All right. This is where we're going to start.
So Kenny now brought the bus, and now we're gonna take it from his hands, start doing our own measurements, make sure that our files that we modify is gonna fit the exterior of the bus.
Now we get to move forward, get those dimensions, and just keep moving.
Grab a whole bunch of sculptors to help us out with the build, clad the bus, make sure everything fits, get into hard code, start sanding it, and put it all together. It sounds real easy the way I'm saying it now, but it's a lot of work. A lot of dedication, and our guys have been waiting anxiously to get this in our hands, and we're ready to go.
So we got the bus to Storyline Studios. Kind of gave them an idea what we've done, and they've really given me an idea of what they've started. I mean, seats are phenomenal. The center console is amazing looking.
It's fairly simple if you plan ahead as far as attaching stuff. Make sure your frames are embedded in your foam, fiberglass, urethane, whatever you're using as construction, and just making sure it's properly attached to the bus.
We're not 100% there yet, but we've got a great start on it. Now we've got the bus here. Now we can start getting all the foam on the bus and get it done.
One thing that I've always tried to do here at West Coast Customs was to put everything under one roof. So now it's really time to do that with the TV show. Since in the past we've used a lot of other companies to help us produce it, to help us deliver it to the network, I think now the next step is to bring it all in-house. So I'm gonna reach out to my friend Jacob at Bandito Brothers and really go check out what he's doing over there. Since we really do have the same philosophy when it comes to business, I wanna go see what he's got and figure out what my next steps are.
What's up, brother?
What's up, dude?
Good to see you.
Good to see you,
This place
too.
is amazing.
Yeah, right? Bandito Brothers is a full-service production company. We started about 5.5 years ago. We didn't want to do just one thing. We wanted to be able to do everything. So we have a visual effects company that does visual effects. We have our own post-production infrastructure. We have our own physical production. We have creatives that we work with, and we ourselves develop our own projects. So really, it's like a, old-school DIY production company.
So Jacob just gave me a tour. There's so much stuff going on in there. I got to see a lot of the HP product, being used. I got a lot of great ideas. I'm gonna go back to work now and put some great content together. Now that I know what I need to get from HP, I'm gonna grab Kenny. We're gonna shoot down to Storyland, check in on this build.
Hey guys. How's it going? Good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you again. What's up, man?
So we're freaking out a little bit.
Okay.
We need to see some progress.
We got a lot of stuff, actually. We're in good shape right now.
Go check it out?
Yeah, check it out. See it. So we just met with Jeff and Jerry, and I mean, the progress is overwhelming. There's quite a bit of pieces that are already cut, already sculpted, and to really see the process of how it goes from a piece of foam to where it is now, and then it's gonna go into a mold, and then they're gonna make a final part. It makes me feel a lot better. I mean, this is a very overwhelming project. So how long do you think till we can have actual chairs that we can start upholstering?
Well, actually, we'll have one here by the end of the day. And then our goal is to be able to knock out 3 chairs per day. So it's going to go pretty quick for us. So.
Cool. I think it's a new venue for them, so it's good that they see how things get done. Just the fact that they were able to see so much today, I think that they've left being comfortable where we're at.
So here's the mock-up we did for the ladder. We just wanted to see what's going to work out for the bus. These are the blue LED lights. If you guys like this, then we'll just go ahead with it and just move forward with the rest of the letters.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. Yeah. It's something we've never, ever done before, so this is taking us to that next level that me and Kenny keep talking about. You're way farther along than I thought, so I feel good. You feel good?
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are happy, so if you guys are happy, we're happy.
We're good. All right, guys, thank you.
All right.
I feel a lot better, and I think once we get it back to the shop and we can throw our guys on it, I'll be good. To make this build easier for Wes, I'm going to send him over to Red 5 Studios, have him check out how everything connects and works together, so that way when it's time to plug it all in, he knows what he needs to do.
So we're here at Red 5 Studios. We're going to do a dry run with the guys on the server power, then just kind of get to learn a little bit of their world so that I can help integrate that into our world. Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up? I don't know if you knew I was coming or not, but I'm Wes from West Coast Customs.
I'm James.
Hey, James. John, nice to meet you.
It was really nice having Wes come down and join us in our office so that he can actually see the setup when everything's powered on and running, what he should be expecting, because he's actually ultimately going to be responsible for taking this hardware up to West Coast Customs and installing it in the MGU. And I, of course, want to make sure he does it right and that everything's lined up and ready to rock.
Coming to Red 5 was really cool because it really made the job personal for me. And seeing these computers here in person, being able to play the game, see the setup, it really sets my mind at ease knowing what we have set up in the bus as far as power, the generators, the battery backups, everything's on point, and from this point, it's game on. All right, so looks like I got the information that I'm gonna need. I'm definitely gonna be spending a lot more time doing research in the computer room.
I think a little practice would be pretty good.
Hey, I just want to say thank you very much.
Thanks, Wes.
Had a great
Appreciate
time.
it, man.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
man. Cheers.
All right.
Kenny!
Well, you always get a first class right.
So the seats just showed up from Storyland. Me and Kenny just kind of went over what's going on, what's the next process. There's still a lot of work. I mean, we got to still do the seat tracks. We still got to wire them all up for the lighting. Ishmael's going to do a centerpiece that's going to be upholstered separately, and they still got to be surfaced and painted. I know Kenny's got a couple different teams that we've been working on trying to get this thing done. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get these seats done, and then from there we'll move on to the next piece of the puzzle.
So the number one process is laying it all up, trimming them all out, getting the itch to do the foam on it, getting all the vinyl wrapped on it, and getting them reinstalled.
Special delivery-ish.
What the heck is that?
That's what I said. What the heck is this? It's a seat for the bus. Remember the FIREFALL big, humongous bus?
Yeah.
So each one of these are going to be the gamer seats where they're going to be playing right in front of it. So this basically comes up to a game station, they're playing right there. So I just met with Ishmael, went over the quick design on the seats. The good news about these seats, it's pretty straightforward. They actually even have a rendering of how it needs to look. So there's not a lot of guessing on this one. So I told him, make a sample, I'll get it approved by FIREFALL. Once it's approved, we'll send it off and he'll mass produce them.
It's gonna be pretty easy, the way they show on the picture. But the tricky part is that the fiberglass piece that they've made is pretty flimsy. So it's gonna be hard for me to lay the foam and trace the lines. But once again, I'm on the spotlight, so I have to make it happen.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs.
So since this bus is so big and the time frame is so tight, I figured the best way to really get this done is to send Kenny and a team of guys down to Storyland. So since this bus is so big and the time frame is so tight, I figured the best way to really get this done is to send Kenny and a team of guys down to Storyland. It is difficult breaking the teams up and not having everybody here at the shop, but this is a huge build for us and we got to get it done.
So we just had a little bit of test on trying to get these things back in the bus. And we're almost about that short, but figure it out.
While everyone's away at Storyland, I figured this is the best time to really get the edit bay up and going. So I called up my friends at HP, I asked them to send us some of their workstations and really start setting this room up so we could figure out how to get this done. Got our final missing piece to the puzzle. Boom. All right, so I guess the next step is you need to get it up there. I'll leave this one up to you. See you later, buddy.
Great.
Thank you.
All right.
So HP really came through for us. I mean, they sent us all the equipment we need. So while I'm here finishing up the edit bay, Kenny's over at Storyland finishing up this build.
Yeah, since we have pretty much all the consoles fitted, now to get the Linux crew in here to start Linuxing. We really got to actually spray the whole entire floor in a dark gray, come back and tape up all the design we want on the floor, respray it in another color, and then after that, we got to put a logo on the floor. So really, there's a lot to do, but once you guys get the floor in there, start assembling it, get it out here.
Kenny contacted us to do a special project. We have this giant bus we have to work on and lay down a couple different colors on the floor with a really unique pattern. We're going to take that pattern to the next level and really make it a one-off project for this application.
When Ryan brought me the seats, I thought it was going to be easy, a piece of cake, but I ended up in trouble. So, you know, after almost a week, trying to find the right way to do it and the easy way and the best way, I got it. The fiberglass piece, it was too clumsy. So I correct the problem with, you know, some little cardboard so I can make my shape, as you can see. Now that I have the templates and I know exactly what I need to do, I'm just gonna pass it on to Adrian and Max. You know, it's gonna be like an assembly line. All they gotta do is lay the foam, cut it, trace the lines, while I do the actual covers. We only have a few days left. It's not easy, but it's not impossible.
Special delivery. You walk into Ishmael's room, usually you see a lot of custom interiors getting done. Right now, it's basically the FIREFALL Interior Center. I just dropped them a box of seat sensors off where basically these things are gonna go underneath the foam, so when you sit on the seat, the actual light turns on the back of the seat, so these gamers, when they're sitting in there, they know everybody's lined up and everybody's ready to play. I think it'll really give it that final touch once the thing's up and going and we put the power source in and turn on all the games. It'll be pretty cool to see how this all works out.
Now that I have it, I can go full speed on it, me and my crew. You know, that was one of the issues that we have, waiting for the sensors. But now that I have it, no excuses. I'm gonna move on full speed.
I need to make wire harnesses for 20 seats in the FIREFALL bus. And the quickest and most efficient way to do that is to basically make a jig so that I can rapidly reproduce multiple harnesses. Based on the measurements that I took from the seat, I've already determined groupings of wires, the length, and I've made a really basic diagram of how I want the wires, how long each section needs to be. So now what I need to do is take my wiring diagram, transfer that over to a life-size pattern so that I can reproduce the harnesses. Because in the seats, the LEDs are very low current, I'm going to be using 18-gauge primary wire that we've received from Del City. One down, 19 to go.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. To see this thing in person and to see the size of it, wow.
Nothing really prepared me for seeing it in person.
It's gonna blow your mind.
So this build's really coming down to the wire. The whole entire shop is over at Storyland working. This place is like a ghost town. The sides are being sculpted right now and hard-coated. Ish has been killing it on the seats. I got Wes and Pete doing all the wiring. Hopefully all the electronics show up. They can start plug and play and everything, and we get this bus on the road.
So Jordan just got done lighting up all the seats. The back of the seats are lit up, the bottom of the seats are lit up. Now let's kind of figure out how we get the wiring from here to the bottom of the seat. So what we're gonna do is drill a hole in the bottom, in the base, so that we can bring all the wires up, so we can tie them all together and get them in the bus.
I'm wiring up all of the lights that go on the siding of the bus on the exterior. Each one's got its own separate little unit. We're wiring all those up right now. We started out with, we've got our form with our cutout, piece of acrylic, and we're just gonna put the lights on the inside of it so that when you look at it from the outside, it'll glow.
So I'm here at Storyland. I came to really check in on progress since we are getting really close to the deadline. We're about 6 days away. Kenny's really brought West Coast Customs to Storyland. I mean, we're building this bus. It's so big. There's so much stuff going on. We really needed to bring our team here. And it's a challenge, and I know Kenny's here doing it, but for me, I gotta have that peace of mind where I can come check on something, make sure it's okay, and then I can go back and know that we're gonna have this thing done. So I'm gonna go back, check it out, and see where we're at. Whoa. All right, I wanna see the inside. Wow. So I just checked in with Kenny, and there's really only one word to say, and that's wow. I know he's down here, and I know he's doing it, and I don't have to worry about anything. To see this thing in person and to see the size of it and how crazy, I'm really happy. You know, I mean, we're really in that home stretch right now. I think we're in great shape. I don't know what's next. You know, this has now put us on a whole different level, and it's really something to be proud of.
So we had Ryan here for the first time in a long time. He really got to see what really involved in the bus. I think he was absolutely blown away, not expecting what he was able to see, but to see something this massive and West Coast build it was a huge relief for him. This has probably got to be the biggest project I've ever done in my life, and I've done a lot of things. But when you roll down the street in this thing and you get to open up and you see all the technology involved in this, it's gonna blow your mind. Nice. So the servers and computer monitors and all the stuff for the computer systems are now here. Now it's time to get in the bus and see what we got.
So inside this Indiana Jones looking crate is an AMD C-Micro server. This server is basically the heart of the MGU. We're gonna be able to go to any event and make our own LAN party, which means that we're gonna be able to have the MGU deploy, and then from there, we're gonna be able to plug in up to 1,000 different people that are gonna be able to play FIREFALL from the MGU.
So the server chassis weighs about 300 pounds.
We're gonna try to get it up the stairs. We'll see how that goes.
Time to get this beast out and get it painted.
Well, it's been a great relief that the bus is out here now. We were just stressing on how we were going to get that out of the shop. The last thing we want is for us to hit something with this thing. This thing obviously is really massive. First time somebody is driving it. You need to have a little time to get used to it. So we would just want to make sure we didn't have some unexpected damages on this bus before we finish it.
Yeah, bud. So I can finally see light at the end of the tunnel. The final little details are being done. All the seats are in, all the computers are in. Right now, the outside is being completely painted. We have a couple colors we gotta do. So right now, we're painting it gray. Then we gotta clear coat it, get it reassembled, and then get the thing out of here. Nice. Sit down on the pad, it all lights up. Got the orange light on, one step closer.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. It's really been a huge team effort. We got 40+ guys working on this day and night.
And hopefully within a couple hours, we can get this project cleaned up and off to LA.
We're creating a mobile gaming unit for the video game FIREFALL. We sent it out to Pennsylvania to get some slide outs installed, teamed up with Storyland to do a lot of the sculpting of it in the interior pieces, while my team's over there working on the fabrication, the woodworking, all the wiring. And it's really been a huge team effort. We got 40+ guys working on this day and night to get this thing done. And really, when we pull the cover off this at the reveal, I think people are gonna go crazy. So we're in the home stretch, everything's coming together great, but there's one last missing piece we need to add. Okay, Kenny. I brought you the final piece to the puzzle.
Final?
Yeah, this is the final. I mean, obviously you got a couple little pieces you got to do. This is it. This is our new pocket finder that we're coming out with, which is going to be really cool for this bus because we've been talking to Red 5 and it's like you can track the bus on where it's going to be. So like the fans that see this on the show, they're going to be like, how do you find this? They'll be able to log on and track it. And it's very simple. It's 2 wires, plug and play, put it up on the battery.
Perfect.
You bada bing, bada boom.
We'll get it on, track the first event.
Yep, we'll track it to
LA.
To LA. It looks great though, man. Yeah. It came together amazing, amazing. All right, I'm good. I'm gonna go make sure our shop's good. You handle this, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, thanks. So we're pretty much down at the end of the wire. We have Red 5 in here, get ready to program the game. We have everything completed inside, all lights completed. We have Pete finish up the last computer program so we get this thing to be sequenced so it can open. And hopefully within a couple hours, we get this project cleaned up and off to LA.
At the end of the day, everybody needs to see this thing. I'm still so blown away by it. And then tomorrow when we pull this cover off and show the world what we've built, I think sky's only the limit for West Coast Customs.
Last tank is in, time to try it out. And that's what we're talking about.
Server's all running. Let's get up front and make sure everything looks good.
Programming's done, wiring's done, ready to fire this baby up.
So it was a long night last night. The guys worked 24 hours. This thing turned out amazing. And I think once everybody sees this, this really shows what West Coast Customs can do.
So I'm gonna head down to the anime convention, meet Mark, the brains really behind FIREFALL, and see what he thinks of this bus. But there's one last thing I gotta check. I gotta make sure it's there. So I figured I'd pull it up on my phone. Boom, it's there. Today is the day that West Coast Customs really changes the game. We've been building some pretty crazy stuff in the last couple of years, but this definitely is over the top of anything we've ever built.
Talk about the pinnacle of success for me and Ryan. I mean, this is basically my dream come true and then my biggest build of my career. So now it's here in LA, debuting it, everybody's loving it.
Coming to a convention like this is where this bus should be. I mean, it's all about the gamers, and I can't wait till they get inside there and see the interior. So the time has come. Me and Mark are gonna pull this cover off and unveil to the world what West Coast Customs is all about.
This is an incredible moment for Red 5, incredible moment for FIREFALL, and for Inside West Coast Customs.
You can't describe it. That's the hard part about it. It's like, I tell people about it, I get regular picture updates, but nothing really prepared me for seeing it in person.
Why don't we give them a peek?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's fire it up.
Could be saving on our electric bill.
It's a little warm, huh?
Yeah!
I'm ready.
Power soft. MGU activation initiated. Remote server connection established.
So for those of you who are watching, you're actually going to get a chance to play FIREFALL on this bus after we do our little pre-flight inspection here, all right?
So the reveal is done. Everything is amazing. All the fans are happy. Mark's happy. His whole FIREFALL team's happy.
Honestly, I didn't believe it was real. I kept looking at that drawing going, how is this ever going to translate? I was really worried, and I was like, is this ever going to be tangible? Is it even possible?
Right.
And, I mean, you hit it out of the park, Ryan. This is fantastic. Thank you.
When I walked on the bus, it was almost like I was part of the game. Like the lighting, I mean, the whole environment, the aura of it, the seating, the sounds, it was phenomenal. I didn't think it was actually going to look like that.
It looks like a movie set, except it actually works.
I really wasn't quite sure what I was going to be getting into in the bus. I knew what game I was going to be playing. I was blown away by it, to be honest.
So this build is done. So what's next? Stay tuned. Next time on Inside West Coast Customs. So we're doing a Geek Squad NASCAR wrap for Carl Edwards' race car. I just sent it off to Best Buy. They saw it. They're super pumped. They're going to have the Roush team start wrapping it. Now they want me to do another build. Now they want us to build an actual Geek Squad bug that's going to go to Geek Squad City. So I'm here at Michigan International Speedway. I'm going to go meet up with Carl at his motor coach and check out this car.
It's an honor for us to have you be a part of this and be able to bring some of what you do to our sport.
All right, guys. Ready to do this?
There we go.
Do it.